big shocker. Hikuleo makes it to the Elite Eight. He is now 8 points in after defeating Shota Umino in the final match of Night 5. SANADA, undefeated, now going in as the first number 1 seed for the A block, pretty much number 1 for the entire tournament. Ospreay has defeated ELP, El Phantasmo, and Kazuchika Okada. He defeated Tanga, making him the number 1 seed for the C block. So, I'm sorry, for the B block. Okay, welcome everybody to Chris's Chaos. I am back from California. I guess we just arrived back in the DMV tonight, so a little bit tired, but I wanted to make sure I got this review in. It is the review for nights 13 and 14, okay? I told you I'd do them together, and sure enough, August 5th, August 6th, your review for the A block and B block final match cards. So both of these nights took place in the Edion Arena, Osaka Prefectural Gym in Osaka, Japan. So we're going to cover some things, but I want to, just do a little quick kind of review. I'm going to look at some of these matches. I mean, they were nothing really, I want to say nothing really like blew my mind. I mean, ELP versus Ospreay, that was probably the match of the night for the B block. The A block, got to give it to Hikuleo and Umino. Very surprised. I really am shocked. I was not expecting Hikuleo to go all the way, but I didn't, that's not to say that I didn't think he could do it. He was, getting more momentum each and every night, wins every back-to-back. And sure enough, he's in the playoffs. They're really pushing for him. I can see why. I mean, he's got the strength. He's got the ability. He just needs more experience. And Umino, I mean, he's with the same dojo with as like Umino, Narita, Kaito, Kiyomiya, and we'll talk about what he said at the end of the match, what Hikuleo said after the end of the night. Essentially, we have, half the card lined up for the playoffs. And, want to go ahead and go over some of these matches. Obviously, KENTA and YOSHI-HASHI was a good match, but essentially wasn't going to go anywhere. Taichi versus Great-O-Khan, interesting match. Called it. Great-O-Khan was going to win, keeping Taichi out of it. Okada, Tanga could have gone either way, but it was a great match. Okada managed to seal the deal. And, of course, Will Ospreay. Now, going back to the A block, it was also just a lot of surprises. Obviously, Tsuji, Gabe Kidd, I wasn't expecting Gabe Kidd to beat Yota Tsuji at this point. So Tsuji ends strong, but he's still not going to the playoffs. Narita versus Kaito Kiyomiya, this was my biggest upset. Surprised to see Kaito not make it. But as soon as he lost, I was like, oh man, I know something's up. Maybe Umino's going to win, but then once Kaito Kiyomiya lost, there was an opening for Hikuleo. So all Hikuleo had to do was win. If there was a draw of some sorts, it would have been a triple threat between Umino, Hikuleo, and Yota Tsuji. If Kaito would have won, he would have. He probably would have. He would have been, again tied up with Shota and or Hikuleo. So really can't expect much. I mean, I should have known, but what can I say? So all these matches were pretty cool. I thought Chase Owens' match, SANADA match, was pretty interesting, kind of funny. But it, I had a feeling it was either going to be a draw, count out, no contest, or SANADA was going to win. And sure enough, SANADA just kind of shut things down towards the end. But yeah, both matches, both cards were cool. Very interested. Some of the tag matches were fun too. Particularly, I think I liked the LIJ versus House of Torture match was pretty cool. Finley and the Bullet Club versus Chaos. Inari, Will Ospreay versus Phantasmo and Makabe. That was pretty cool. I mean, moving forward to B block, we'll talk about these matches. I liked Kingston in the tag match against Finley. very much looking forward to the C block and the D block. This should be a very good show. Exciting stuff. Can't wait for the playoffs. We have a little break, between now and August 8th. That's when we'll have the C block, and then 9th right into the D block. So by the time we get back, we'll be all caught up. So let's go ahead and just get into these matches, okay? Starting with night 13, August 5th. And I did get to see, I was happy to see Doki working, back-to-back nights against Cobb. First match against Cobb was a pretty cool match, tag match. Let's see, I wanted to check it out again. It was, I thought Doki wrestled. Yeah, Doki and Taichi, just 5 guys versus Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb. Okay, that was pretty cool. And then I believe it was SANADA and Doki versus Ryoe Oiwa. I'm not sure I know how to pronounce that. And Kaito. And they won again. I mean, it was just 5 guys are in control. SANADA is the man right now. And I don't think he's going to win the whole thing, but it'll be very interesting to see who he goes up against first and what's going to happen. I don't want to just jump right into the playoffs, but right after the C block and the D block, we'll know, and I'll be able to just give a whole prediction for this whole thing. So let's talk first A block match, okay? Yota Tsuji versus Gabe Kidd, okay? Gabe Kidd, comes out beating up on some random dude that he thinks he's Yota. He's like, who the fuck is this? Sorry, I got to do my British accent. He's just so vulgar, this guy, but he's so entertaining. He's like, where's Tsuji? Tsuji beats on Kidd. So Tsuji comes out of nowhere, just beats up on Gabe Kidd. Bell rings. Yota hits his combination with the stomp. Before he can hit the spear, Gabe rolls out, but does not dodge the suicide dive by Yota Tsuji. And then Yota throws Kidd to the barricades. Back suplex by Kidd. Yota is in trouble now after that. Back suplex. Kidd kicks the imposter Yota, okay, and then breaks the count. Hammers down on Yota. Body slams imposter Yota onto Yota Tsuji. And starts shouting out, look at these 2 bitches. Gets the mic. Says, fuck you to both Yodas, okay. Kidd throws Yota back in the ring. Spits on someone. I don't even know who. Chop to Yota in the corner. Then the headbutt. 3 times he does this. Clothesline and the belly to back suplex. Pin attempt. Kicks Yota around. Chops him. Then Yota fires back. Kidd chops the hell out of Tsuji. Okay. Yota with a hard chop sets Kidd down. Kidd fires back, but Yota hits a double chop. Okay. Now Kidd in the corner. Yota goes for a splash, countered with a kick, but Yota hits that backbreaker. Kidd must have used the B word like 50 times in this match. Every attack was a bitch this, bitch that. Lots of striking. Yota gets a hair tie. Just ties up his hair into a ponytail. Forearm by Kidd. One more from Yota. I guess that was Tsuji's way of saying, okay, let's get down to business. Another from Kidd, another from Yota. They just exchange for a while. Yota hits the knee and the super kick, but Kidd manages to bring Yota down. Kidd goes for a pile driver, but gets countered by the backdrop from Yota. Front kick and a running lariat by Kidd. Then the brain buster, close near fall. Kidd goes for the moonsault, misses it. Yota chants as both are slow to get up. The crowd's into it. So Yota up first, stands up Kidd, goes for what looks like a vertical suplex. It's blocked, but Yota still lifts him and drops him. Then the gut wrench walks on Kidd, hits the moonsault and the near fall. Yota then hits the Falcon Arrow, near fall again. Then Yota hits the stomp, goes for a spear, gets countered with a drop kick. Kidd for the pile driver, gets chopped. They slap each other. Yota brings Kidd down. Then hits that spear for the victory. So Yota ends his G1 performance this year at 3-3-1, 7 points. So he was close. I mean, he was very close. He did really well. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Nothing to be ashamed about. Yota Tsuji did great. I think he got much better throughout this G1. He's getting his stride. He's getting better and better. I think each match. So we're gonna hear a lot about these guys being the future. Guys like Yota Tsuji, Shota Umino, Ren Narita, Hikuleo, Kaito Kiyomiya, even though he's wrestling at Pro Wrestling Noah, I could see him coming back to New Japan and working matches with, who knows, maybe even AEW. This guy's got a really good career. Same thing for Hikuleo. I mean, Hikuleo could be very well shown up in WWE. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE's been trying to get in contact with this guy. I mean, he's got the perfect, look and setup. He's the son of Haku, for crying out loud. They know who he is. Okay, this guy's 6'9". They know who he is. So their eyes on Hikuleo coming from somewhere. Second match, second A block match. Ren Narita versus Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay, Narita, he's 1-3-2, 4 points. Kaito is 2-2-2, 6 points. Kaito gets the 6 points, gets the win. He could have tied up with Hikuleo, and we could have had like one more break, like a rubber match to figure out who would go. Bell sounds. They try to tie up. Kaito is shooting for the leg. Narita somewhat in control at this point, but he lets Kaito up. They lock up, waist lock, and Narita takes the arm. Kaito reverses to take the arm. A lot of catch-can wrestling here. Dragon screw by Kaito and another. Ren tried to fight it out, then into the figure four is applied by Kaito. Kaito trying to make Narita submit, who makes it to the rope and onto the outside. Back in the ring, Narita strikes the hell out of Kaito. Sit-down clothesline by Narita. Narita puts the knees to the back of Kaito. He puts the cravat in, but Kaito hits the drop kick. Kaito slams the knee onto the mat, then hits the sit-down splash on the knee. Spinning heel kick by Narita, running back elbow into the half hatch, then the rear naked choke. Kaito breaks the hold, but Narita right back to it. Another drop kick by Kaito after pushing off Narita to the ropes. German suplex into the bridge. And then Narita hits the Cobra Twist. 10 minutes have passed as Kaito makes it to the rope. Another beautiful German suplex into the bridge. Narita with the German into the bridge this time. Okay. Kaito back to the Dragon Screw. Then the missile drop kick. Dragon Screw. Then the figure four again. I mean, he's just working every single leg. He's working both legs to kind of make sure that the figure four is applied. Naito makes it to the rope barely. Okay. Narita tries to get a submission in, but Kaito fights out of that. They proceed to just slugfest, beat the crap out of each other. Narita gets the enziguri. Kaito hits the Frankensteiner. Dragon suplex by Kaito. Tiger driver by Kaito. Kaito is just raging, okay? He's going for the Shining Wizard, but gets caught with the front suplex into the bridge for the victory. So at this point, I mean, it's looking like Umino's going, at least in my opinion, but this also means that Hikuleo could have made it, okay, with a win. I was very surprised by this ending, too. This just out of nowhere, front suplex into the bridge for the victory. I was expecting more from Kaito Kiyomiya. A lot of people were saying Kaito. I was looking in the comments all throughout this tournament, whether it's from Twitter or YouTube, that Kaito, this guy is the man. I mean, he is. He's really good, but, there's just a lot of competition in this tournament, so you really can't, expect anyone to make it through because there's just no surprise if another person gets through. Narita ends with 2-3-2. He's at 6 points. He's tied with Kaito. Okay, both 2-3-2. It's sad to see that both these guys also had 2 draws. They both kicked ass. I mean, again, these are the guys, like the new guys, the future of New Japan, and all put on a hell of a performance. Third A block match: SANADA versus Chase Owens. Here we go. They lock up. Clean break by SANADA. Owens asks for a shake. Shake. He goes for this. There's this interesting spot where they both try to kick each other and they both catch each other's foot. And Owens is like, "You let go. You let go. You're the champion. You let go first." So he lets SANADA let's go, being the good guy, and Chase Owens just strikes the leg again. Owens puts SANADA in the Paradise Lock, okay, where it basically just wraps him up in his legs and arms. Can totally get out of it, but, he's cheering Chase Owens because of how he was able to apply this hold on to SANADA. Commentators are just having a blast with having a field day with this Paradise Lock. And then it's broken up by a drop kick by Chase Owens. SANADA is eventually able to get a Paradise Lock in applied to Owens, who is selling the hell out of it. And then a plancha by SANADA lands on his feet. He misses it. This is probably the first match that SANADA missed his plancha to the outside. So a little bit different here. Definitely a different match that SANADA is involved in tonight at this point on August 5th. He sends to the barricades. Okay, Owens exposing the floor. He It looked like he was trying to go, I think, go for a vertical. He does hit that DDT onto SANADA, onto the floor. SANADA doesn't get back in until like 19.5 seconds. Owens hits the C trigger, goes for the package pile driver. It's blocked. Owens applies the skull end to SANADA. Thought that was cool. Rope break by SANADA. Owens takes off his knee brace to use it as a weapon. Okay. Not surprising. Misses SANADA, who hits the drop kick, moonsault, lands on his feet again. But Owens shoves Red Shoes right into SANADA for the diversion, then hitting SANADA with the knee brace. Only a near fall. Package pile driver, countered into a Frankensteiner by SANADA, pin attempt. Then the Shining Wizard by SANADA. At this point, he's like, screw this, let's just hit the deadfall and get it over with. So he does, and SANADA victorious. Owens finishes his G1 at 2-5, 2-5, 4 points. That doesn't say, that really doesn't define Owens' performance throughout this G1. He was, mostly just a heel, trying to steal victories here and there. Just a crafty heel throughout this entire G1. He's been entertaining, to say the least. SANADA is now undefeated, just 7-0. So he's the first one, I believe, to do it since 2005. So he has that under his belt, SANADA. Fourth match, A block, Shota Umino versus Hikuleo. This is the match of the night, main event. Winner makes the Elite Eight at this point. A draw would tie up these two with Yota Tsuji, setting up for a possible triple threat. So, bell sounds, headlock by Umino, shoulder tackles. They just exchanging shoulder tackles. Shota goes low, drop kicks to the knee. And then he starts going for body slams. I mean, totally out of character against a guy like Hikuleo. But he's just adamant about getting this this body slam. Not sure why. Probably shouldn't have been so adamant and stubborn. But he was. And that, played a part in this story. Hikuleo gets two of his own, his own body slam. Shota sewing the hell out of the body slam. Okay. Umino get back to the to strike, dodges the lariat, hits the drop kick again to the knee, goes for the body slam again, can't lift Hikuleo, so hammers down on his back, does lift Hikuleo up, but loses his footing, and Hikuleo falls on him for a pinfall attempt. Hikuleo back up first, sends Umino to the corner, then a hard hip toss high up in the air goes Umino, followed by another pin attempt. Hikuleo stomps on Umino after lifting Umino. Hikuleo is countered from the Irish whip. Umino goes low again, okay? When he goes low, he's doing the right thing, okay, with these, like, drop kicks. Shota chants are just, permeating throughout the arena. And then hip attack, okay, by Shota Umino, if I'm not mistaken. Hikuleo hammers down, and a kick by Umino finally lands this body slam. Shota up high for the shotgun drop kick from the top, hits that, pin attempt. 5 minutes have passed. Umino goes for a hold, and it's countered. Hikuleo lays some hard strikes to Umino, sends him to the corner. Umino goes for a hold, is countered. Hikuleo lays some hard strikes to Umino again, sends him to the corner, followed by a hard splash, hot spot, lariat. Everything that Hikuleo is doing has impact. Okay, vertical suplex by Hikuleo, pin attempt. Looked like a stampede running slam by Hikuleo attempted, but it's blocked by Umino. But Hikuleo just chops down on him really hard. Irish whip for the power slam, but Umino scouted that. Hits the double stomp beautifully, okay? Umino goes for ignition, misses it, gets the STF applied. Rope break by Hikuleo, not that difficult for Hikuleo to get to the ropes. Umino kicks Hikuleo, goes outside, hits the running drop kick from the outside, leaping DDT. Nice combination. Kick to the gut by Umino, goes for Death Rider, but Hikuleo hits the Stampede running power slam, and now 10 minutes have passed. Hikuleo strikes and Umino fires back. 5 shots from Umino, but Hikuleo sends Umino down on the mat after every one shot from the big man. So 5 shots from Umino, 1 shot from Hikuleo. At one point, Hikuleo was like, "Come on, bitch," and Hikuleo's got a mean streak. Okay, he's definitely got a dark side to him. Umino kicks to the gut, uppercut, reverse Irish whip. Hikuleo goes for the choke slam. It's blocked, and Umino eventually hits that German suplex into a bridge. Big boot from Hikuleo. Okay, big power bomb, near fall. Chokeslam countered into a DDT by Umino. Umino places Hikuleo on the top turnbuckle, goes for the superplex. Hikuleo strikes Umino off the corner, but Umino does an uppercut forearm and makes it back to the superplex. Hits it, okay, just after 15 minutes and a near fall. Umino is measuring Hikuleo, hits the key ignition for another near fall. Umino goes for the suplex. Hikuleo blocks it, and enziguri by Umino lifts Hikuleo, but gets countered, and a lariat sends Umino inside out. Just, ugh. Umino counters the chokeslam into a sunset flip near fall. This is when things get interesting. Umino goes for this roll up, but just could not get the big man flipped over. Okay, it looked very botchy, but goes for a backslide. Can't do that. I mean, again, these were the mistakes of this. I watched this match twice, okay, just to really get an understanding of what the hell just happened. Umino just took the story goes that Umino was taking, risks that he probably shouldn't be taking against a guy, that towers him, okay. Hikuleo gets the power slam in after that backslide attempt, okay. Umino then elbows to fight off the choke slam, but nevertheless, Hikuleo lifts Umino for the choke slam and gets the 1-2-3. Hikuleo 4-3, 8 points, okay. He makes the Elite 8. Umino finishes his G1 performance at 2-3-2, 6 points. Just like Kaito Kiyomiya, just like Ren and Narita. Yeah, tied it up. Okay, Yota Tsuji has the top points of the Three Musketeers, but none of them are going to the Elite 8. It's Hikuleo who's made it to the top. Okay, Tanga is not going. Now we got to see if Tanga is going to make it. So speaking of Tanga, we're going to talk now about the fifth match, or sorry, the August 6th B block matches. But first, let's just talk about, on the mic, Hikuleo says many more times in the future to Umino, we'll have our battles. Then to Osaka, this G1 is mine. This is my fate, my destiny. Osaka apparently said something in Japanese along the lines of, I like you. And then in the backstage, talks about his friends, even though you guys don't put me in the same class. He might be referring to the people, the head honchos in New Japan. He might be even referring to us, the fans. But I am, in fact, in the same class as these guys. We're the new generation really showed up in this tournament, right? These are my dojo mates, my good friends, but enough already with that cheesy shit, waiting to see who my opponent is, and see you guys soon. So I'd be a little bit bitter as Hikuleo. I mean, he is kind of like the dark horse of this group of guys, but the whole time we've been watching him, I've always said that he had his place in this among this group of new guys. He has the strength, the power, and when he wants, he's got the aggression. So, good for him to make it. And so we move forward to night 14, August 6th. Okay. B block matches. Before we go ahead and cover this, I do want to let you know, I did cover night 12 for the final CD blocks. And what I told you was just, all bets are off. All things that I predicted pretty much went the other way, except for the Hinari and Tomohiro Ishii match. Check that out. I got several views on my Cody Rhodes becoming Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare Story documentary, as well as Night 11. Please feel free to go check out these videos. I put a lot of work into these videos, doing a lot of work with G1 Climax over the summer. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Subscribers are rising, so happy to see it. And then also, if you want, check out Instagram, check out Twitter. I've been actually posting more stuff on Instagram and Twitter, just things that I do. Like, I got a couple good shots of Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara was beautiful. The wedding went well. Everything was nice. Food was great. Everybody was really cool. Got to meet a couple people here and there that work in the industry, if you know what I mean. And it was cool. I liked it. Also went to a jazz festival. Saw not jazz, like festival per se. It was more like a show at the Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, the amphitheater in Santa Barbara. Got to see Trombone, Shorty, and Ziggy Marley. So that was great. Just great shows. Great time. We also rode on some e-bikes. Those are pretty cool. Way of the future. So, yes. So yeah, great, kind of cap to my summer. As you know, I'm going to work tomorrow, so I'll talk about that maybe a little more later. But let's get right into night 14, okay, B block matches. Before we get into the official, final B block matches, they had a couple tag matches. I thought SANADA, Doki, they won. Jeff Cobb, Hanari, they won. Tanga and Hanari, again, no real love lost there. But yeah, there's going to be a battle between those two. Okay, that should be great. And then Toji Maccabi and Eddie Kinks versus David Finlay and Chase Owens, who look great together. Chase Owens is not really officially part of the War Dogs, but he's clearly, on the good graces of David Finlay. So he fits really well with the new Bullet Club, who were victorious in this match against Kingston and Maccabi. So, again, setting up for the next, their confrontation between Kingston and Finlay to determine who's going to go to this tournament. It's going to be great. Very exciting. House of Torture versus LIJ, Bushi, Shingo, Yota, Naito, victorious. Naito gets the pin on Dick Togo. He hits Dick with Destino for the win. Evil attacks Shingo at the end, trying to shave his head. All this leading up to their match, during the C block. It's so exciting. Shingo and Evil. Evil literally has trying to attack Shingo with head with clippers. Okay. Where the hell does he think of this stuff, this guy? I love him. I love Evil, okay? That being said, first block. First B block match. YOSHI-HASHI versus KENTA. This was a great match. Slugfest, just hard hitting. Really feel for YOSHI-HASHI because he performed so well in this G1. But I had a feeling KENTA was going to win, just knocking him completely out. So, bell sounds, they have a little flexing contest. So, they're not without a little bit of fun. KENTA attacks Hashi, stomps him, okay? Strikes Hashi, Irish whip, reverse, and Hashi with the shoulder tackle. Outside, though, KENTA drives Hashi to the barricade, then tosses him to another barricade and another. KENTA kicks Hashi to the back, throws Hashi back in the ring, continues to stomp on him, pin attempt, headlock by KENTA, messing with his face, just real nasty. As KENTA throws Hashi back in the ring, continues to stomp on him, pin attempt. Another kick to the back after the headlock and messing with his face. He gets a couple more kicks in the DDT and then the pin attempt. So then goes back to the headlock. More kicks by KENTA, applies pressure to the throat. Nothing fancy here. Just putting pressure, using his foot on YOSHI-HASHI's throat. Strikes by Hashi. But KENTA strikes and Hashi, just a low drop kick to bring KENTA down. Running chop by Hashi. More kicks into the Russian neck breaker is what it looked like. Lays KENTA out to dry, followed by that drop kick to the back. Pin attempt by Hashi. This is all signature YOSHI-HASHI. Pile driver, though, blocked by KENTA. Gets a roll-up. He shoves Hashi into the ref, then to DDT. KENTA goes under the ring for the kendo stick. Swings it over the back of Hashi, then the midsection. He breaks out an iron rod, does KENTA, okay? Misses Hashi. It bounces off the rope and hits KENTA in the face. Hashi clotheslines KENTA in the corner. Then he hits this sit-out powerbomb. Near fall. Kumagoroshi attempted, blocked by KENTA. Forearms exchanged. Then the chops. All Hashi, YOSHI-HASHI until KENTA ducks and starts slapping down on Hashi. Just chopping the hell out of YOSHI-HASHI. It was great. Hits this Busaiko knee. Hashi tries to, for like a sleeper hold. KENTA gets out. Super kick by Hashi. Then Kumagoroshi, near fall. He goes for Karma, gets blocked, hits a super kick. Is hit. Then a lariat. Goes for Karma again. This time countered in a roll up by KENTA for the victory. And KENTA's 4-0 against Hashi. 4 straight losses. Poor Hashi. Poor YOSHI-HASHI. But he's still one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. So you can't, not all is lost for YOSHI-HASHI. He performed great in the G1. This guy is incredible in singles competition. I look forward to seeing more of him in action, especially with Hiroku Goto. So let me take 1 second to get a little drink break. Thank you. Yes. So when you got coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, humidity, dry, the dry heat, it's just amazing. The differences we were talking about, my wife and I, about the differences in this weather, the climates that, our country has. It's wild. Anywho, second B block match, Taichi versus Great Khan. knew that Kaito was going to get this win, knocking out Taichi. Taichi did really great in the G1. He got his first victory against Will Ospreay. Everybody must have been shocked to see that. But kind of slowly but surely, Taichi was kind of taking a back seat in this tournament. So, and then meanwhile, Khan's been kind of on a little bit of a roll towards the end just to kind of finish strong, which he did. Bell sounds. Khan looks for a takedown as it's been his MO this whole time. He goes for that takedown. He does get the takedown and maintains control until Taichi makes it to the ropes and outside to recollect himself. Taichi back in. Khan with the waist lock gets kicked in the lower back by Taichi. The Kawada kicks. Then Khan lifts Taichi up and over the rope. Taichi tossed into the barricade, then again to the adjacent barricade. Khan using the barricade for leverage on the arm of Taichi. Looked pretty cool. Back in the ring, Khan applies the hammerlock. Fireman's carry delivered. Kick by Taichi brings Khan down. More kicks to the back of Khan. Taichi takes off his pants, then strikes Khan with the pants. Okay, I hadn't seen that before. So he's definitely hyped up for this last match. A dragon sleeper while holding the left arm of Khan, who is fading but makes it to the ropes for the break. Arm bar applied to the back to Khan. Brings him to the center to reapply the arm bar. Khan makes to the ropes. It sounded like 10 minutes have passed. More kicks to Khan, who catches the third and hits the belly to back suplex. Picks up Taichi and rams him into the corner. Then the arm drag, near fall. Taichi again takes the arm, but this time cannot leverage the advantage. He has to make it to the rope and does. Khan back up, stands Taichi back up, goes for a gut wrench, countered into another submission, this time working the legs is Taichi. Khan gets the rope break. Taichi back to the ring, or back to the leg rather. Khan goes for the ankle, and there's a rope break. Kicks and strikes between the two. Khan counters this axe bomber by Taichi with an STR, and then Taichi taps out. He's basically choking him out. Taichi has no choice but to tap out before he passes out, and Khan is your winner. Let's talk about that now. I want to go back to want to check out the record for Great Khan and Taichi. Hopefully that they put the stats up this time. So YOSHI-HASHI, by the way, 2-5, 4 points. Sad. 3-4 is KENTA, 6 points though. So didn't do too bad, did KENTA. Taichi, 3 wins, 4 losses, 6 points. Not a winning record for the G1, but he did okay. Same with Great Khan though. They both tied up 3-4. I think that's what I had mentioned. So again, all predictions for B block. I knew it was coming. Kazuchika Okada already in. Okay. Versus Tanga Loa. This was a good match. Tanga Loa comes out feeling good, as he should. He just defeated Will Ospreay, count out victory. He's been doing good. He's 3-4, for the final. But if it could have been the other way. It could have been 4-3 with 8 points, and Ospreay. If Ospreay would have lost, would have been a tie. But Loa did a really good job, I think. He was very entertaining. So let's talk about this third B block match. Okada gets the DDT on the outside. Kind of like not a lot going on for the beginning, but the first thing that really happens with that DDT on the outside. Throws Loa to the barricade. Okada slams Loa through the barricade. Just, clearly Okada's ready to wrap up this round robin G1 Climax. He's ready for the playoffs. Loa gets up a little dizzy, rolls back into the ring. Feel bad for Loa because he's looking dizzy. Okay, he's looking like he's about to pass out. Okada goes for the pin attempt. The commentary was off for a minute, okay, because he was just thrown into the tables. Was Loa. Chris Charlton's monitor apparently was destroyed. Hip splash by Okada. But Loa lifts Okada, slamming him into the corner, then striking him. He lands a spear on Okada, and the crowd is chanting hard. Okay, lariats and a back elbow sends Okada down and keeps Loa in control. On the outside, Okada goes for another DDT, but a Loa back body drops Okada and a lariat, then brings him back in the ring. Slingshot, senton, then the blue thunder bombs, pin attempt by Loa. Body slam, counter to the money clip by Okada. Loa goes for a splash in the corner. So he eventually gets out of that money clip. He gets the splash in the corner, gets caught, and I believe, signature move now by Okada. As I forgot, I'm sorry. So he goes for the splash in the corner. Okada catches him, and he does that trap breaker that he does, okay, where he lifts the guy over behind him and just kind of, like drops him on his knee, but it hits the trap. And I think it's a great move. I think it's really cool when Okada does it. I think it's the signature move of Okada. He's the only one that really does it, and it works. Loa then is on the outside, trying to get some space from Okada. Okada now outside, goes for an attack. It's countered. Okada flips, lands on his feet, shotgun drop kick, brings Loa back in at 18 seconds. So he could have just left Loa in, but he wants to definitively beat him. And Loa was trying to get him. Loa was trying to like drop Okada into the barricades. He's trying to do the same thing that he did to Ospreay, and Okada clearly scouted the match between him and Will Ospreay. So the story goes. If there was one match that Okada was going to watch, it would be that match, considering the fact that Ospreay was the only one that has beaten Okada in this tournament so far. So, yeah, he was ready. He was ready for Loa. Okada with a backslide. There's knees by Loa. They're back in the ring. A spin cycle like slam by Loa. Looked really cool. Kind of reminded me of something that Jeff Cobb would have done. Okada with a backslide into the lariat, holds on to the arm. Another lariat, elbows by Loa. Okada clothesline. But Loa does not go down, okay? Headsbutts connected with Okada, who hits the drop kick, but Loa's still up. He gets the drop kick, goes for a slam. Okada counters it to a landslide, and then the Rainmaker. The rest is history. Okada wins. He is now the number 1 seed in the B block. He's number 2 in the whole tournament at this point. He's got 12 points. He's 6-1. Only 1 loss to Ospreay. Tanga Loa 3-4, 6 points. Nothing to be ashamed of. He did a good show, a good performance, a good showing in the G1 Climax. Let me get a little sip one more time. All right, fourth B block match. ELP El Phantasmo versus Will Ospreay. This was definitely the match of the night for the B block. I was totally expecting it to be. I knew that these guys were going to deliver, and they sure as hell did. I think ELP is so amazing. Every time I watch this guy, I get excited. I just remember every time this is why I like to watch this guy, because he's so fluid in the ring. Everything he does is crisp and solid. He's got a good attitude. He's got a cool look. The guy is a superstar. So if he does not make it to, the States at some point, I think AEW or WWE are missing out. Not that he can't just stick around in New Japan. I think he's got, he has a great future in New Japan. I just think that this guy could easily, strive in the WWE. And, and I believe he's American, so, and, he's had his visa, and he worked in United Kingdom, and then got, picked up by New Japan. So before the match starts, they bump fists. So Ospreay's cool with ELP. All right. They're not in the same faction, but they're cool. They lock up, headlock by Ospreay. ELP tries to push off. Ospreay holds on, forearm shot to Ospreay, then the drop kick and the Huracan. ELP is so fast. Moonsaults, lands on his feet as Ospreay gets his bearings outside. Ospreay back inside, hot shot to ELP on the rope, then the kick to send him out, followed by the plancha, hard chop to ELP, elbow to the back of the head, backbreaker to ELP, pin attempt, chop to ELP, sends him down on his back. ELP delivers a sharp chop to Ospreay, then the forearm, and another before Ospreay goes for the cravat. ELP strikes the midsection to break the hold, and ELP hits the DDT to counter Ospreay's attack. He nips up and lariats. Atomic drop, Russian leg sweep. Okay, ELP in the corner goes for the super kick that's dodged. Ospreay hits the enziguri and the Pele kick attempt. That's what I'm calling it. It's like a somersault Pele kick. It's just got a little extra going on with it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like a Pele kick. But Ospreay looks cool. He hits it every time this guy goes for it. He gets that kick. Pin attempt by Ospreay. Ospreay on top, blindside shot to the back of ELP's head. Again, at the top, ELP pushes Ospreay to the floor, then hits the moonsault top. Hits the moonsault from the top turnbuckle to the floor. Okay, beautiful. Back in the ring, swanton and into the line salt. Again, beautiful by ELP. ELP tries to lift Ospreay, gets elbowed. ELP forearms and another from Ospreay. Kawada kicks, sends ELP down. Kicks from ELP, stomps Ospreay in the corner. Massive chops from Ospreay. Then the super kick. ELP goes for the CRT. It's countered by the super kick and the Os cutter. Count starts. Ospreay up first, back in at 13. ELP back in at 19. Then hits, it looked close, but he gets in. Then he hits that super kick and Thunder Kiss 86 near fall. Great move, the Thunder Kiss 86, basically like a springboard frog splash. ELP for the brutal Valley driver. Okay, what they sounded like they called it, but awesome Death Valley driver. Bloody hammer near fall. Super kick blocked, not the kick, though. But Ospreay lands the Spanish fly after ELP hits the ropes. Again, obviously it's Ospreay. Everything looks great that he's going to pull. Super kick by Ospreay. Goes for Stormbreaker. It's countered. Reverse Frankensteiner by ELP. Then a super kick. Near fall. Both are hurting. Great match as I knew it would be at this point. I mean, this is amazing. 5 minutes left. Tornado DDT from the top. Near fall again from ELP. ELP gets hit with the pop-up forearm. Then the backslide by ELP. Hidden Blade missed. It's a Gato clutch, Frankensteiner roll-up. Os cutter by ELP. I said it correctly. Os cutter by ELP. CR2. Just to kick out so close. Very close to 3. 3 minutes left. ELP gets caught with the Os cutter from the top. Then another Hidden Blade delivered into a near fall. You know where this is going. Ospreay goes for what is called Storm Driver, I believe. Storm Driver 93, if I'm not mistaken. But he hits the Storm Driver, delivered. Ospreay's in, as I predicted. The right man won. But clearly I think that Ospreay was like in control of most of this match, which again is the way it was supposed to be. But every time ELP like hit a move, did a spot, it looked perfect. Okay, so just a great match, spectacular match. You have to check out, if you're gonna watch any match, you gotta watch this match for the B block. Okay, definitely the match of the night. Everything that ELP did was on point with Ospreay. That's saying a lot. So, I try to get through all the the review and cover everything to give you play by play, but you really just got to go back and say, all these moves that are just kind of coming in back to back, they look fantastic, and they're hard hitting, and they deliver. So yeah. But I want to go to the ending where Ospreay he calls out to Osaka, gives praise to ELP. He says, "Hey, El Phantasmo." He says, "Phantasmo, looks like you have a new it sounded like a new set of fans." I got to look up that word. It sounds like dominachis. Sounds like fans in Japanese. Many times we've done this dance, this tango. I'm telling you, you're swimming like you just happen to be swimming with a great white, is what he said. Is you're swimming with a great white. Osaka wants you to keep fighting. May we meet again. He says in Japanese that he is the best. He says he is tired, but now begins the real test. Okay, everyone come to me with me to Ryogoku, because I'm going to win the G1 Climax, because I'm Will Ospreay and I'm on another level. So gives a lot of praise to ELP, basically saying, hey, any other guy probably could have won. You might have beaten, but you're going up against the top guy. And hey, any other time I might have lost to you, but there's just too much at stake. He points that out in the backstage. In the back, ELP is actually helped out by Gorillas of Destiny. Okay, a little reunion there between these guys. So ELP is kind of getting back his respect with the guys that he sort of betrayed. Ospreay, again, he's like, everyone will talk about and we will as if you all didn't know. This was a big weekend for wrestling. We had the SummerSlam Royal Rumble. We had a SummerSlam. Just a bunch of different shows leading up to the SummerSlam. Whatever's going on at AEW with Dynamite and Collision. I mean, there's a big wrestling week this week. Okay, and meanwhile, I'm in California trying to cover the G1 Climax. Uh, there's a lot going on. And Ospreay points that out. Everyone will, though, however, talk about New Japan because no one does it better. And he's right. I watched some of SummerSlam, and I thought there was some. I watched Lesnar versus Cody. Thought that was pretty cool. I will watch Reigns versus Jey Uso, and I want to obviously see Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I caught a little bit of some of the other stuff. Wasn't too impressed. No offense. I mean, I'm not gonna lose my shit because quite frankly I'm trying to cover the G1. I'm a little busy right now, but don't worry. There's plenty of other reviewers and podcasters that will cover the SummerSlam for you. But Ospreay said it. Hey, everyone will be talking about me and ELP this match. Any other day it could have been ELP, but there's just too much on the line for me as the United States champion. I'm trying to elevate this title to the next level. So that's all. He says, I would ask you to join a United Empire in so many words, but we're better off on opposite sides. You make a better wrestler out of me. So very high praise for ELP. He's like, this G1 is essentially, in so many other words, this G1 is headed by the assassin. So Will Ospreay is ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this whole thing. As I have said it before, he's just kind of pressed to be the next in line to kind of main event Wrestle Kingdom. He's worked so hard. He's come a long way. I remember this guy when he was a super junior. And he's just built himself up to be, the guy. So, it's his time. It's been a long journey for him, and he will be recognized as the top wrestler, by the end of next year. So yeah, but let's go ahead and final thoughts. I mean, these two shows were cool. Obviously was one big surprise in Hikuleo winning, and going on to the Elite Eight, so which is cool. A nice twist. SANADA we already expected to be, he was already planning to go. Ospreay and Okada, that was great. It was the right call. So far everything's kind of going as planned. Now let's talk, but it's going to be very exciting for the C block because there are guys that you really don't know what's going to happen. And let's talk about this. So predictions, here we go. I got August 8th. Okay. Let's talk about these matches, these big C block matches. Tomohiro Ishii versus Mikey Nichols. Obviously, both are kind of out. I could see Nichols winning, but Tomohiro Ishii has been given nods. He gave a nod to Inari, so it might be time for him to win. Mikey Nichols recently got a victory from Evil, so I think it's going to be Ishii that wins. That's just my guess. Tanga versus Inari. Man, I think it's going to be Tanga. And then Eddie Kingston versus David Finlay. Man, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be a big deal if Eddie Kingston wins. Finlay will not let it go. You'll see Finlay in AEW attacking Kingston in AEW. They'll bring this feud to AEW, making Finlay a name. That's what I think is going to happen if Kingston wins. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with David Finlay. Okay, I'm still betting on Tanga and Finlay to go to the playoffs from the C block. Shingo Takagi versus Ego. I'm going with Takagi now. Or a draw, or like a no contest between Evil and Takagi. Something that's going to knock them out, keep them from gaining points so that Finlay and Tanga can go. Now, I could be completely wrong. I mean, it could be Evil and Kingston that go. It could be Takagi and Kingston. It could be Takagi and Finlay. It could be Tanga and Takagi. These guys. I mean, it's wide open for Tanga, Kingston, Finlay, Takagi, and Evil. So I'm just going to go with Finlay and Tanga. Those are the guys that I think that have stood out throughout this tournament. I love Evil. Kingston's been great. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes because he's got so many eyes on him. Takagi's fantastic. Okay, he's fantastic. So wouldn't be surprised if any of these five guys go. So these five guys, not the just five guys. But obviously Ishii, Nichols, and Inari are out. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the C block. Okay. And then let's move on to the D block. Okay. Toru Yano versus Alex Coughlin. So at this point, I can't bet against Yano. But Coughlin, I could see getting a win. Okay, after this at this night, and Yanu's already gotten 2 victories. So let's leave it at that. Jeff Cobb versus Shane Haste. I'm going with Jeff Cobb. So Roki Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going with Sabre Jr. I'm going with Zack Sabre Jr. And then Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Naito. I think I'm going to give the nod to Tanahashi to kind of give him a victory. It could be a draw. It could be that would be great if it was just a draw. These two are classics. This is the main event too. So if Naito wins, I'll be elated. Okay, I'll be so ecstatic. I'll be very happy because I want to see Naito go all the way. Hell, I want Naito to win this whole thing. Okay, this could be his last G1. Let him win the whole thing. I don't think he's going to, but I'd like him to. So, yeah. But I think it's going to be Cobb and Sabre. That's it. So those are my predictions. And that is my review for nights 13 and 14. Okay, we got the A blocks, we got the B blocks in. I will see you all on August 8 after the show. I'll at some point after work get a review in because now I got to go back to school. Okay, we got our professional development trainings and seminars. Okay, a lot of work to do. I'm gonna have to set up the classroom eventually. A lot of stuff to gear up for when the students come back. And it's been a great summer. It's been a lot of fun. But I will get back in with the reviews for the C block. I want to do C block by itself and then the D block. Let's keep it easy for me. So I'll have like two little reviews that'll probably, go on for maybe like 20, 30 minutes. And at that point, then, maybe I'll do something for NXT. I know I haven't really been doing much for NXT, since the Great American Bash. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a final thoughts on the SummerSlam. I'll try to get something in, but for the most part, I'm just concerned about the G1. So I will be back on August 8th for C block, review for those matches, and then maybe one more little prediction for the D block. But I think I've already made my points clear. So after the D block, we'll get some real predictions for the playoffs. So should be great. On that note, you guys have a great night. Have a good week. Have a good Monday, and I will see you when we get back on the 9th or on the 8th. Take care. Bye.